Good morning. Today is Friday, June the 7th, 2024, and we're going to discuss, possibly amongst other things, Satan, what it is. And I do say it for a reason, okay? Now, this is the letter sin in Hebrew. And basically what it means is a thorn, which with the idea of an affliction and poking and sharpness, okay? This is the letter tet, which means a basket. Some people say it looks like the serpent getting ready to eat its tail, okay? This is a final noon, which means a seed. So Satan is the thorn basket seed. Now, in the Hebrew writings, this is the most prominent way it is spelled, where it's not applicable to a the, all right? It's a, just mention it, Satan. And this is where it has a prefix of a hey, which means of thee, with just the patak here, okay? Now, if it meant the Satan, it would be a chametz, all right? It means of the Satan. And when you see it spelled this way with a doggish in the scene, it is shorthand for whom, of the whom Satan. Now there's a reason to make these distinctions, okay? And what Satan, another thing is when you see a chametz with a noon at the end of a word, it can also mean a feminine collective suffix there, all right? Now, I've explained before that when we fail to ascend in our understanding of divinity and what the purpose of our existence is and what our origins are and everything like this, that we are refined in the hereafter, cleaned up a little bit, tweaked, and sent back in. All right? Our essence splinters over the loop of the time that we live in. Okay? This is all part of the eternal plan for a father disciplining his children, which were created to be eternal. As a human being, once again, we are a cut down portion of a higher being with both the father and mother seeds in us, along with one of the members of the family, the children, okay? Put in a house of flesh, which is technically a grave. We are the dead. In the place of the dead, which is Sheol. And I mean to tell you right now, and you can believe me or not, that's all on you, the Greek concept of hell is total bullshit, okay? It was described that way to instill absolute terror in you, all right? Now, the place of the weeping and gnashing of teeth. In our human experience, how many times do you cry? How many times do things grieve you so greatly that you just absolutely grind your teeth? Would this not logically seem like it might be applicable to the weeping and gnashing of teeth? And the lake of fire, okay? There's so many misconceptions. Now, I'm not going to argue with the Jewish understanding of the words and how they have been translated. That was done for a reason. Whether by intent or lack of understanding, it was done for a reason. I will argue with the English translations of the Hebrew words through the Greek, through the Latin, to English. Because every time it goes through another language, it loses meaning. And I did my homework, okay? You ought to look and see what kind of reprehensible person King James is, or was, okay? And why would he undertake such a glorious concept as to make the words available to everyone? Because a lot was lost in translation, with the added bonus of creating a whole new letter just a little bit before his time called a J. And his name was James. Okay? And so they took away the understanding of the yod, which is a hand primarily applicable to the Father's hand, and gave glory to the J. And yeah, that's part of why I have a real problem with the name Jesus, because his name was Yehoshua. And Yehoshua means something. But I can find peace with it when I transliterate it in my own mind, and it means Jehovah's horse. Okay. So there I am. When we fail to ascend in our understanding as human beings to receive who the mother is, what her purpose is as the adversary in one regard, okay? We don't understand the purpose for our affliction, which is primarily to test us, to grow the seed of divinity within us, to strengthen us to withstand our affliction, to know that this temporal plane that we're in at this moment, walking and speaking as human beings, is just that, temporary. Now,